Well, welcome everyone to our fifth and final Monday of our action game. And not that our Monday connections will stop, but this has been such an exciting time for everyone who's been able to play full out, and even those who have just done more than they did before. I mean, that's the goal with every action game is we hope that it gives you a different focus and that you can do a little bit more each day than you did maybe before playing. And I know I've really enjoyed watching all the leaders rise up, and super grateful for everyone who did lead a team. Next Monday will be our celebration call that Christy will be doing. I'll be in New York with Terry for work. So definitely plan to join us next Monday. We'll record that and post that as well. But just to wrap up here, we have gone through all the sections on the mission-driven-model.info, and I hope that's been helpful to you as we've kind of studied that and learned that resource. And just to reiterate what Don Rathman always says, the tools will change, but the systems stay the same. So that is your go-to resource, but you may notice as you get on there that different things are updated and change and stuff like that. And we have a lot of exciting new stuff coming our way from corporate. And to share, this Thursday, Christy and I will be on an NMD call at noon. We actually are both going to be in Orlando on a Mars mission with Bob Samara, but we're going to have a lunch break for all the NMDs to hop on a noon call that will be kicking off all the latest with the Healthy Living Revolution. The exciting thing is that night at 8 o'clock Central, you're all welcome to hop on a call for the Healthy Living Revolution. And in fact, Christy and I will both be on planes, I think, Thursday night. So you guys will have to tell us what you hear Thursday night. But on Team Clay Facebook and Voltage, I just posted the invitations to tonight. I'm doing my Zoom webinar on Eat Well, Live Well. But then there are also the December and the January calls from corporate that Julie Herbst helps host. The webinar information for the Inspiring Healthy Living TV is posted now on both Team Clay and Team Voltage Facebook. And what they're doing with all these new tools and information, the product health calls for December, which starts this Thursday, and then December 15th, those Thursday nights are going to be about the Healthy Living Revolution. And so I plan to post that in my customer group. And for those of you who have separate customer groups, or if you have any customers that you want to invite to learn more about our Healthy Living Revolution and the different resources and tools that are going to be around to support people in improving their health, that is what the kind of health product December calls are going to be about. So you can definitely plug in this Thursday night, and then you can invite people for this Thursday, or invite people once we see what it's more about. You could wait and even invite people for that third Thursday in December. And then the two kind of health product calls in January, which will be January 5th, the first, and then the third Thursday in January, are going to be about the Shred 10 program. So I know I was planning on starting a shred on January 2nd. I may look at tweaking that slightly, because it may be fun to start it after that Thursday night call if we want to invite people to learn more about it then. Or maybe we'll go ahead and do one January 2nd, and we'll do one again later in the month too. So we could create our own curiosity on Facebook, just that we're doing a shred, but then people could learn more that Thursday night. So stay tuned. I'm sure there will be lots of fun shred groups and opportunities, but those will be the product health webinars that you can invite people to. And it does say it on one of the invitations that you register, like I've heard a couple days before, but definitely the day before. So anyone who's trying to get online now to register, I don't think the registration opens until like that day before the event. So the first and third Thursdays are always health and product. And they've had different speakers. They've had Dr. Sears and all different things, but December is going to be focused on our Healthy Living Revolution, and January will be focused on the Shred 10 program. Then the second and fourth Thursdays of the month are for business calls, and they have traditionally been, about our virtual franchise opportunity and things like that. In December, the focus is going to be more on kind of representative training for the Healthy Living Revolution. I still think it will be a great call that you could invite prospective distributors to listen to, because you could say, join us to hear more from corporate about this awesome revolution that we're a part of, that you can lock arms with me and be a part of this too. So definitely I would still invite prospective distributors. And then you want to let all your team know as well. You can maybe send them a reminder text to hop on. So that is the 8th and the 22nd of December. And then in January, the focus is going to be on representative training for the Shred 10, how to use that tool even more. So again, it would be very applicable to anyone to plug in. But all of that call information is on Team Clay and Voltage on Facebook. So I wanted to let you guys know about that. That's kind of the newest thing. And that is probably on the missiondrivenmodel.info. It's probably on there also down under the resources. They probably have that updated now with those call information and stuff too. And then a huge thanks, I know, to Michelle Brunke for our Team Clay customer group. On missiondrivenmodel.info, we showed you guys where the monthly inspirations are. And so all the December theme is already set up and done. And Michelle did a Post My Party, so that will automatically populate in our customer group that we have for Team Clay. And I know Melissa, I think, helps run the one for Voltage, and some of you may have your own. But if you haven't looked at that yet, you may want to take a look at the monthly inspirations for December and how we can utilize that throughout the month to support our customers and stuff too. So lots of great resources and fun things to have to support people. I did start a Shred 10 group today. I think many of you are in it. If anyone else wants to be added, just send me a message. It's never too late to join. And also feel free to invite people. Like if you talk to people throughout the week and they want to hop in and join, feel free to add them to that Facebook group too. I have about 33 posts now in my updated kind of Post My Party, just because I will be traveling, and that's the beauty of Post My Party. I would love to do a training on another Monday on that tool for anyone who wants to learn more about Post My Party. It's how we're doing a lot of Facebook events and things that are super easy, but also I've set up the 10-day shred, and I know Sharon Schneider, I think I have your email to send that to you too if you want that. I finally have that updated, but it has about 3 posts a day, sometimes 4, that will automatically populate. And then I encourage everyone who's in that Shred 10 group to share what you do each day. Help me have it be as interactive as possible. Share what you're eating throughout the day, or if you worked out, you could do 1 post a day kind of recapping, kind of as an accountability, or if it's easier for you just to do something small when you're thinking about it, like if you just worked out. So either way, a recap at the end of the day or something throughout the day. But the more I think we set that example for sharing what we're doing throughout the shred, the more our other customers and people will engage in that too. I'm checking our chat here. Awesome. Heather Howell, I guess, is setting up the Post My Party stuff for the Voltage customer group. So thank you, Heather. Melissa said you are rocking that. And yes, Heather, you said you already have that done too. So thank you to Heather and Michelle for taking care of all the December posts. It's going to be so cool that that's already done. And then everyone can add stuff in as we go along too. That is kind of just the updates on tools and resources and fun things we have coming our way. As far as our action game, Christy, do you want to share anything for this last week?
Yes. Well, I know we have just a couple people we're waiting on numbers for, so definitely get your points in here to us. And we have a special, as far as our homework for this week, is the extra Get to That Big Rock event for January. So for many of us that are on the call, that will be Branson. So the homework for the week is getting registered here for Branson. That gives you actually an extra 50 points instead of just the 10 here for the week. So when you fill out your form, either make sure that you're calculating that correctly, or you can just manually add in your 50 points for yourself if you got that registration done. So I definitely encourage you to get that done here this week. I know it'll, with the new location and whatnot, I'm not sure what they're going to be looking on size-wise. So if you've got people on the fence though, or those you're wanting to invite, I know several are already are having people that are making those commitments. So I would go ahead and really try to use not only this week, but but obviously this first part of December here before the holidays, if you can help people get committed, get it budgeted in their schedule, in their Christmas money or whatever they need to do, make sure that they get registered for that, because that's going to definitely be a great way to kick off here our new year. And we've got some great events. And again, Julie, as she mentioned, she's going to be doing the Eat Well, Live Well. That's at 8:00 tonight. And then I put together a Tower Garden, a Facebook party that will be on Tuesday night. So again, Julie and I will be out of town. I know coverage there is spotty. So I would encourage all of you, if you can, get on and definitely comment, because we may or may not have access to that. Again, it's through Post My Party though, so everything's just up and running and ready to go. It will be just under 30 minutes. There's about maybe 14, 15 posts or so, but it's something that I think you'll really enjoy, and definitely it covers a lot of different things, from whether it's Boys and Girls Club or STEM in the classroom, or looking at our produce, pesticides, and how far our produce has to travel, but just with some other fun little nuggets in there as well. So I hope you guys really enjoy it, and can't wait to hear your feedback. And definitely make sure you invite people. And just like any other time though, don't put them into the party. Don't add them to that event until you have personally invited them. So just make sure that you are doing that, and you're teaching your new team to do that as well. So don't just randomly, add them. Make sure, like spam, right? Make sure that you're sending them a personal invitation. That's why the little pic collage is great too, because that gives you the invite to send, and but then they have to come back and say, yes, please add me, and then you can go ahead and add them to that event. And then as far as our points though for this week, we want to have team get in the habit of thinking in terms of qualifiers day. So our close of business here for November will be on the 30th, which is Wednesday, and then qualifiers day will be Thursday, December 1st. So if we close out our business month 5 p.m. Central on December 1st. So that is when we are closing our action game here for this month. So you'll have activities and points and such to count up through 5 p.m. Central. And then if you can, please go ahead and get your points to your team leader that evening, or at latest the next morning, Friday morning. And then team leaders, if you can please get everything together and get to email those over to me by midnight at the latest. Don't stay up till midnight, because that's not part of your shred, but get those no later than Friday night, because Julie and I will be going over and finalizing everything Saturday morning before she flies out of town. So we need to have all of our points and everything turned in. And again, if you have team members though, there are still a few that I think maybe they had collected money or whatnot. So if you have any outstanding funds, or if somebody forgot to register, it just fell off the radar there, then please make sure that they have done that, so that we have an accurate amount, so that we can get all those things taken care of here for Saturday. So we're excited on that account. And again, for those that are playing, for many of you, like Julie had said before, it may be just helping you to become more engaged and to get more into that DMO of your business, but then plan on plugging back in with us lots of fun things, as you've already heard, that are going to be kicking off here in January. So we will be planning to do another action game in January, and then probably February or March, we will be plugging in with a bigger Nyla Mason Buster Orr prior to conference in Anaheim. So there'll be 2 more action games to plan here for the spring. And so with that, though, again, we will post, if you need it, the Branson lmievents.net. So again, make sure you get registered on that. And then we will talk about condos and lodging. We'll cover that here within this next week, but at least get your Branson ticket. Your points will count as long as you've registered for your boot camp ticket. So I think that will cover most everything. Julie, if there's anything else, I'll turn it back to you.
We are going to be down in Orlando with Don Rathman and several of the leaders and MDs from the St. Louis area. So we're going to kind of feel out and figure out our lodging preferences and kind of get a little better feel for what it's going to be like at this new location and stuff. So just plan, by next Monday, we'll probably be announcing what our plans are for our team for lodging. Everyone can always do their own thing, but we'll kind of have a game plan for what we're wanting to do. And then for those of you who it's not feasible for you to join us in Branson, definitely check the Juice Plus events. There are big events in every region in January. And if you need help finding those, let us know. Also, just a reminder on the mission driven model, down under that last tab, there is a list for co-ops around the country too. So if you're not sure who the leaders are or what website has events for your area, because sometimes there are more things posted on those kind of regional local things than there even are on the Juice Plus main site, definitely check that out too. But let us know, reach out if you need anything. And I love the why sheets that were turned in to me last week. It's so awesome to see your all's deep thoughts on that. And if you didn't have a chance to do it, it's not too late. I mean, I know it's not the homework points for the game, but that action step of doing that sheet and sharing that with your team leader and Christy or me is really powerful. So I would encourage you still, even, if you're not playing the game or you are, but you didn't do it, I would love to have you guys share that with us this month sometime. So please take a few minutes and take a look at that why document and still share that with us. So that's really it for this week. There's a lot of exciting stuff, and I'm just super grateful to everyone who's been plugging in. I hope this momentum and focus lasts through this month and well into the new year, because I've loved seeing the participation increase in this, as well as the recording, who's watched the recordings and stuff too. It's awesome to have everyone a little more connected, and it's been really special. So that's it that I have. Are there any questions from anyone? You'll have to unmute yourself if you do have a question.
I'm sorry, did I miss the homework for this week?
So the homework this week is just about getting registered for your January event. So
okay.
You actually will get 50 points instead of just the regular homework points. So if you want to manually add those points in, if you do get registered this week for a big rock in January in your area, or like for Branson for most of us, then you can either manually add in 50 points, or in that weekly homework assignment point range, make sure you put in the right quantity that it totals 50 points. So, because it won't just be the one quantity. Any other questions, Ruth?
Julie, I have a question on where do you find Wendy Campbell's, all her list of her whys that she's doing the business? I went to her site, but I just didn't find it. Is there a document? I know there used to be a document of all of her list of things, and she suggested that on Christine Abel's call to go and look at it and mark the ones that you like. But
yes, I've seen it recently, and I'm trying to think where. I will try to find it and just stick it in our Facebook groups. It is a great sheet. I have it printed out in my distributor binder.
Julie, this is Sarah. I think it's under like team training. I think that's the category it's under on her page.
Okay.
I found there's a talk on it, but I didn't find the actual sheet on it, and it was, I don't know, it's a long call, and it's just like, I didn't have time to listen to the whole call to find that one piece of paper. So team training.
It's not under the call series. It's under a different heading, like team training or something similar to that title.
Okay. I'll check it out. Thanks.
Yeah. I'm just going to see if I can find it real fast while we're taking other questions. Any other questions? No? For those who haven't been on this resource, well, it's not wanting to go. I'm not sure what's happening. Oh well. We're gonna pull up here. This Wendy Campbell's website is a great resource, and this is where you can catch like the Monday night calls. If you don't hear a call before the next Monday and you want to catch it, this is campbellteam.net, and it is a deeper resource. So your first go-to resource is missiondrivenmodel.info. That's the main thing. But if you're looking for extra things, this Campbell Team website is a great resource. You can actually click on the call series here, the Monday night call series. You can pull down and it will have all the past recordings. So you can just listen from your computer or phone it'll have the next one, what's coming up, but then it also does have, all the old ones. It's taking a while to load for some reason, but you can scroll down and they have an audio file for all of those as well. And then she just has tons of different resources and articles. If you're ever looking for something like for ADD or different things like that, a lot of times you can find stuff on here. My computer is super slow, but I will take a look at this. And
It's under, hey Julie, I just looked it up. It's under resources and then under coaching materials.
fabulous. And the 30 Reasons Why worksheet.
There it is. Okay.
So under resources, thank you, Juliana.
And I think Sharon put in our chat, it looks like under, is it in mission-driven-model.info under organizational workbook tab? Let's see. That it may be in there as well.
I'm not sure if that's still, but this is what Ruth is talking about. And these are really great talking points. I mean, they may not all speak to you, but when you read through this list of reasons why you love your Juice Plus business, I mean, you can create your own, but this just gives you such great points that may be relevant to you. And these are the types of phrases that I feel like I work into just common conversations and stuff too, as well. So, yeah. Any other questions? No? Okay, I'll go ahead and stop the recording. Thank you guys so much for joining us today, and I can't wait for our celebration call next Monday at noon.